So obviously, primary season is upon us. Election Day, March 5th, in the 3rd Congressional District of Northwest Arkansas. And you see these candidates, they have to disclose their expenses and their donations and things like that. And I started looking at Congressman Steve Womack's expenses. And I started to notice a trend. There were a lot of items with the label constituent gifts in very large amounts. So in this campaign alone, we're talking about over $70,000 to places like Walker Brothers, a high-end clothing store, as well as custom coins, and $20,000 to Vineyard Vines with, again, constituent gifts. Kind of strange. When people donate to a campaign, do they expect someone to spend extravagantly on clothing items?
It's apparently Christmas again.
Now let's go back to the previous campaign in 2021 and 2022. Womack spent over $91,000 in constituent gifts. Again, to Walker Brothers, Foxy Tees, Tervis Tumbler. And then we go back to the 2020 campaign cycle, and he spent over $65,000 on things like constituent vests and jackets. What is a constituent vest and jacket? I don't know, but a lot of these expenditures are at high-end clothing stores.
The bill we're debating is packed with unjustifiable spending that ignores the government's unsustainable fiscal trajectory.
So then I started to wonder, could this be for his own personal wardrobe? That seems like a lot of money to spend at a high-end clothing store for constituent gifts. So if you look through photos of Steve Womack, you'll notice he's wearing the exact proprietary clothing line Curly Tail that Walker Brothers exclusively makes. So is it possible that Steve Womack is coding these expenses as constituent gifts, and all he's doing is filling up his wardrobe with extravagant clothing?
The insanity of continuing to do what we've done that have gotten us to a $32 trillion debt.
Now, while I can't prove that, or I'm not sure of the legality of this, at the very least, if you donate to Steve Womack, you can expect a large amount of your money to be spent on things like constituent gifts. From a guy who continually lectures people on responsible spending and blah, 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 this is what he thinks it's okay to spend other people's money on. Steve Womack is a hypocrite. He says one thing and then does another.
Fiscally irresponsible.
He shames all these people on spending money, and he brags about how he's this fiscal conservative. Would a fiscal conservative spend over $226,000 on vests and jackets for constituents over the last 3 terms? Steve Womack can't be trusted.
We have to do something about spending.